gonna do now, this was the Fireteam rush, and this is your most basic form of movement when in contact or when expecting contact. So one thing is we're moving in a wedge and we might expect contact to the left. Doesn't mean that we're bulletproof. So if we really expect that if we move across this field the enemy will shoot us, then we don't walk across in a wedge. We do this across the field until we get into some sort of cover, and then okay, the enemy didn't engage us, or they do engage us, and then we at least have 2 men ready to fire and hopefully save the guys that's running, or at least punish the enemy for shooting them. This tactic is our basic offensive tactic, and we use it for bounding towards the enemy and getting so close to him that we can defeat his cover. If anyone played the old Band of Brothers in Arms games, you have seen this happen where you do that thing called find, fix, flank, and fuck, and that's essentially you fixing the enemy and then moving up to him and until you can get somewhere where you can fire past his cover, so he won't have any benefit of his cover, or you getting so close to him that you can just walk up to him and. That's also a method of defeating your enemy. You can get so close to him that you can do this. And didn't have too much about that because you just respawn right here. There you go. That's how we defeat our enemy using this tactic. As soon as we get close enough to the enemy, then the team leader says, "Body one is taking the target, or body one is bounding into the target." And then what we do is basically this. Okay, we're taking the target. Okay, 1 target down. I'm taking cover. No more targets, and then your team leader can call. And then your team leader can say, okay, I want you to reconsolidate on target, or I want you to reconsolidate somewhere else. That means assemble ourselves and find out what's next. That's our basic move when we're defeating an enemy. It might be that I killed Master and then found out, oh shit, he had a buddy, and then I say 1 target down, new target 10 o'clock. So that means shit, he's down, but there's still enemies on the left side.
Hello. A new guy. I'm just wondering if you're doing some training that I could join in on.
If you're that new, then no. This is a more advanced course basing on the familiarization course.
Oh, I've done familiarization.
Okay, then you in that case you're just late because we're already halfway through.
Okay.
Okay, so where was I? We were talking about attacking. Okay, so that's all in offensive tactics. Is there any questions on the Fireteam offensive tactics? We're not the kind of guys to question, eh?
Yeah, one question. When we're moving, especially the automatic rifleman, do we sprint or do we the normal shift run?
I usually sprint, or I use a feature and that should be default. I don't know if it is anymore. Where if you're lying down and you're pressing the W twice, then you automatically stand up and start running. I use that feature usually. I don't lie down, then stand up and then run. Because that's just annoying to me, so I usually just lie down and then double tap W. I don't know if it works for you guys. Try it out. It should allow you to just stand up and start running immediately.
Okay.
Okay, as Yaxo says, go into your settings and bind that key because it's fucking useful. Whatever you're doing, basically.
Is there a key to draw faster than just hitting Z?
I don't think so. Is there Yaxo? Oh, it is. Okay. Now to defensive tactics. Defensive tactics is exactly the same, except we found out, okay, we can set up base of fire, we can attack these guys, they'll fucking kill us, we need to get to cover. That's defensive tactics, and that is usually, we're engaged, shit, firing at the enemy, bang, bang, bang. Where the fuck is, there's a cover in the hangar. Okay, we're bounding back to cover in the hangar. Body 2 bounding, team 1 covering. Body 2 bound. Body 2 starts running and moving towards the hangar. Then they say set, Okay, body 1 bounding, running up to body 2. Keep doing that until we're inside cover in the hangar. And that's something as your team leader, you need to practice being clear in your communication. So, okay, the hangar is no good. We're bounding forward to cover in the by the vehicle compound. Body 2 covering, body 1 bounding. Body 2 covering, body 1 bound. Then we move out. And that's our basic defensive tactic. Additionally, once we moved to cover, we got into the hangar, and we figured, oh shit, we can't really defend ourselves from here because the fucking squad of mechanized infantry coming at us. We're gonna die. We're gonna do what's called a break contact, and that's the same for the team. The squad leader just say, okay, we're trying to break contact. We're gonna be rushing further back, getting out of this hangar and continuing to the east, and then saying body 1 covering, body 2 bounding, and then body 2 starts running away out of the side of the enemy. That's defensive tactics. Are there any questions on that?
We're gonna cover peeling.
Yes, we could do that. Peeling is an advanced defensive tactic, and you don't really need to do a peel in a fireteam level because you can just as easily just bound a body team at a time. But we can cover that if the instructors get back here. No, they don't. We only have extra here now. No Varus. In any case, what a peel is. Team 1 form line on me in front of me right now. Okay. One needs to make sure who they actually are because they're missing a guy right now. There's just someone who doesn't know what a line is yet.
No idea. Which way are we facing the line?
Towards me.
Cool.
Imagine I'm an evil enemy that needs dying. Okay, so what a peel is. A peel is if the team leader finds out there is the contact is to our front, but there's good cover on the right. We have a porta potty we can hide behind. It's fucking awesome. Then the team leader can call peel right, peel right. Peel right means that the guys on the left need to move to the right. This is not very useful for team level or American team level because they are so fucking small. You could just as easily say body 1 is peeling, bounding to the right, and body 2 is covering. That's just as easy. But for a section which is a different setup where you have 8 guys together, then this is easier. I'm just going to show it to you now, guys. What we do when we get told to peel right, if we imagine I was on the far left side of the peel, then I would say, okay, Godhand peeling. Fucking Goshko, last man, Mars, one more, and then I'm running over here. When Goshko hears he's last man, then okay, then that lets him know, okay, I need to move. And when I say Mars, one more, then that's telling him, okay, I'm moving now. Then Goshko starts running down here, saying Mars, last man, Chemo, one more. And then when Mars hears last man, Chemo, one more, then he starts running saying Chemo, last man, Vendoroth, one more. And then we just keep cycling down that way, keep firing our guns at the enemy until we're in cover. This shouldn't be used more than 100 meters or so. It's a fast, evasive maneuver to get into cover. And it's mostly used by large units than a team. If you want to try it, then go ahead. Getting up on this flank again. Okay, peel right, contact front.
Mars last man. One left.
Okay, Mars, move.
Chemo, last man. Vendoroff, one more.
Chemo, move, otherwise you're gonna die.
Vendor, last man. God damn it.
Good pace right there. Keep moving, guys. You're gonna die. Porta potties blow to shit, you need to move.
Under fire.
Okay, back here, guys.
As you can see, this is a fucking complex maneuver, especially in armor, and it fucks up pretty easily. So That's why I would advise you just stay calm as a team leader and then say, okay, buddy 1 bounding right, team 2 buddy 2 covering, and then just do that. It's just as fast. You can go ahead and try that if you want to, but it's just as fast essentially, because the time it takes for the one man in the middle to get up, your last man, one more, and then get over here. That's the same time it will take to both of them to do that, and then they can yell set. Okay, then we just move to the next buddy team. But if we're doing missions where we play as Canadian sections or British sections, then yeah, this is a good tactic to do. Okay. What I want to do now is actually take you guys out on some practice runs. I'm lacking instructors. I only have barracks. So an idea might be to form you guys up as a Marine squad and then do Marine level tactics. Do you guys want to try that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, whatever's easy.
So what you guys gonna do is you already know your team leaders and you've assigned your buddy team, so that means you already know your equipment. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna run over to the radioactive sign in the middle of the hangar, and then you're gonna select the U.S. Army loadout, and then select the loadout appropriate for your slot. Team leaders, check your guys actually do this, and don't take anything else than that.
And do you want to be the rifleman or the AR guy?
I can be whatever. AR is fine.
So I'll take Grenadier then.
Drunken Scoper is an automatic
Okay.
rifleman
Okay.
for Team 2.
Lindorf takes Grenadier, Goosecope takes AR, Mars takes... Actually no, other way around.
Oh,
Vendor
I am
takes-
the automatic rifleman, eh?
Serpent, I'm Grenadier, right?
Green
Oh,
team,
because
come
they
over
have
to
a-
the top left of the hangar when you're done.
Alright, Goosecope is rifleman. Then. You have 2 ARs now. Mars, take rifleman, so... Oh, you gotta...
Take rifleman? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. You're automatic rifleman, grenadier, and rifleman.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay,
I
next
think we can move.
team leaders grab M23
Yep.
from the box saying Roxton radios. Not M23, what the fuck I'm saying. A 343 radio from the Roxton radios box.
No, they're not in here.
And the
Okay.
reason we only pick team leaders for this, team leaders only guys, for fuck's sake.
Team leaders only, team leaders only.
And that's because I want you to practice communicating. If you just hear everything from me, you don't even have to talk to each
Grenadier,
other.
do you have
It's
any
way too
grenades?
easy.
Yes.
Good. Carpet, do you have any AR ammo or extra grenades?
Mars, how many kilograms do you have?
But
I
think I have
I'm at 27.
I'm not sure why. I choose the rifleman.
And I got
Yeah,
2
yeah,
belts.
That's because rifleman normally is rifleman.
And
Oh,
I
that's
got
okay.
2 boxes for your AR
Okay, great.
spare.
Either of those things.
Rifleman, that's
Okay.
So what radio? 343?
And I got 1 AT4.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. We're good.
what's he doing?
I think he thought you meant to go get extra ammo.
Oh no, just keep what you have.
Okay.
Fine.
Sorry about that.
Game
Okay.
I got 2 belts and an AT4.
Cool.
Okay guys, circle on me real
How many
quick.
belts
I'm
do you
gonna
have,
explain to you
Gustav?
how squad level tactics work.
5.
What'd you want team leaders to get?
It's 343 radio
Okay,
from the
that's it?
Russian radios box.
Okay, good.
Got one already?
Yeah, I already have.
Make sure, because it shouldn't be in the default loadout.
Godhand, this is Serpent, radio track over.
Okay, loud and clear.
90 radio check.
Step by. Okay, I'm gonna do this squad level thing first. So now you know how to work in teams and work together as teams. So the next natural thing is to work in squads. And there are 2 types of squads in US. And those are 2 teams and those are 3 teams. What they have in common is they have 1 squad leader, and his job isn't to tell each people, individual people in each team what to do, but to tell the team leaders what his team should do. So what I'm gonna be doing, the reason I picked the radios is because I will just be saying team 2 and 3 cover, team 1 bound forward, or whatever, and then the team leaders will have to make that shit happen, because obviously with a 13-man squad I can't really be bothered with talking to each individual and tell them what to do, but I can say to a team leader, I want your team to do this, I want you to make sure you get some AT fire on that target, I want your AR to focus on the jeeps, I want whatever. So I can I can focus on the overall picture while you guys make shit happen.
I have a question.
Yep.
In squad level bounding, do we bother bounding as body teams, or do we bound the whole fire team?
Yeah, that's the idea. Since we now have entire teams, what we're gonna do is, if we get a contact, the reaction is the first team, the team that is in contact, form line on the enemy and engage. But the other teams that are not engaged, who can't see the enemy, just stay put, wait for the front team team in contact to say what's actually going on, and they're just gonna tell me that over the radio that they have contact front near enemy infantry, because then I know, okay, contact front near that, and the team leaders send me a recommendation. Do you think you can defeat the target yourself, or do you need help? That's just simple, need help. Because then I can say, okay, on the left side of that team, we could easily form up a squad line, and then I can say, okay, team 2 and 3, form line left side of team 1, and then team 2 forms up just on the left, and team 3 on the further on the left side of team 2. Pretty easy, and then we have a squad line, and then once that's done, we have a large element covering. Then I feel like, okay, now I want to bound forward. Then I can say, team 1 is bounding forward, team 2 and 3 is covering, and then we have 8 guys covering your movement, making sure there's fire for you, and then you can maneuver. Then when you get up, then I can say, okay, team 2 bound, team 3 and 1 cover, and then team 2 can start bounding, and so forth. We can keep the movement going that way and keep ourselves supported.
Would that be called squad bounding?
That is, yeah, that's the squad bounding. And that's a bit slower because it's me telling a team leader to do something, and then he has to explain to you guys what you're doing. So team leaders, make sure you give yourself time to say, okay, we are bounding forward up to team 1's left side. You make sure they know instead of just, follow me guys, because that's not the point. Good? Wait, I assume that's a yes. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna quickly set up a range, and then Verox and Yaxo possibly is gonna be our up force. So if you see those guys in ball caps, then go ahead and shoot them in the face, and they'll probably just respawn and shoot you again and again and again. Verox, don't fucking kill these guys too fast. Just wound them. Actually, Verox, we're just gonna be in the forest just to the east of here, so you can just catch us out there. Okay. So what we're gonna do now is team leaders radio check.
Okay, no.
Godhand, this is Serpent, hear you loud and clear, over.
It's 90.
Copy out. And that's just, you can do that nice and easy for yourself, just say your name, or saying team 1, team 2, team 3. So we don't have to spend a lot of time.
I got a
And
question.
if you don't hear me loud and clear, then you can say, Godhand, this is Serpent, your signal's all fucked up. Yeah.
Like, your normal voice is alright, but my radio's on full, and it's kind of quiet.
That's weird.
TeamSpeak volume up, game volume down.
Yeah, that's some shit. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna form up in what's called a squad column, Fireteam wedge. And that means the squad as a whole will be in a column, but each team will be in a wedge. And I want order of march team 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to the south right out of this hangar. Go ahead and form up just outside.
Team
Okay.
1, let's get outside.
Heavy left.
Okay, so I'll be on right for the AR.
Correct.
Wedge.
Heading south-southeast.
Team 1, wedge, heavy right. Wedge, heavy
Let's go switch. There you go.
Team 3. Okay, team 3, heavy right.
Team 1, move forward 20 meters. I want to get some station.
Team 1 right 90. Get your team up behind team 2, so we're forming a column instead of this.
Okay, team 3, follow me. Behind team 2. Sorry.
Godhand. Interrogative. Remember, only team leader can hear you when you're talking to 343s. No one else has any. Oh.
What do you do then?
Echo back to squad. Or team.
Yes. Okay, team 1, don't take it out. Towards the ASR.
We're moving out of the airport. Following the Amazon.
Okay, moving out.
Team 3, we're following team 2 of the airport.
Step down.
Copy. Oh, stepping. Walking.
Is this?
down a man. End of AFK.
Yeah, he's following.
Understood.
Don't wait for him, keep going, let him catch up with us. You don't want to be out of line with us.
Okay, team 3, follow team 2, walking. In a wedge.
Shifting left. Shifting left.
Hold.
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 Shifting right. Shifting right.
Okay, team 3, let's go.
Shifting right.
Follow team 2, shifting right.
Shifting right. Contact.
Contact.
Contact by the smoke. Left.
Team 3 bound to the wall and get on team 2 left side.
Copy. Team 3 bounding.
Okay, team 3, once we get to the wall, we're covering on.
Contact east.
If you have eyes,
I was just echoing.
okay, then echo my message. Whoever said this.
Fire on contact.
Simulate 2 or 3 rounds.
Spread out, guys.
Where is it?
Just to my. Yeah.
Red smoke simulates 2 or 3 rounds.
End of. Bertram,
Yeah.
spread out. You're clumped together.
Oh, sorry.
Red smoke simulates 2 or 3s.
Can you go on the other side?
Okay, team 3, form a line on me.
Okay, all teams listen up. We're going to be bounding further to the east. This means the team 2 will cover from there. The team 1 will bound on the other side of the hill here to the other side of the fence and set up.
Oh.
Contact northwest.
Team leader down.
Contact northwest.
Contact northwest.
Shifting fire to the east. Who said that?
I believe he's dead.
Where is he? Yeah, he's dead.
Copy them if on. Team 3 get bound to the fence and get on line with the fucking team 1.
Team 3's moving. Team 2 be ready. We're gonna bound next.
Okay.
Team 2
Make sure your ammo's ready.
reloading. AR reloading. AR ready to go.
Copy.
Team 1,
Grenadier ready.
Okay, team 3, where are you? Okay, team 3 bound to the fence left of team 1.
Team 3 bounding. Left. Where is team 1?
Team 1
Team 1
is
to
over
the
here.
northeast. Just
Northeast.
past the fence.
Yeah.
Keymo, I got 2 boxes. If Godhand needs.
Make sure you watch all directions.
Team 3 set.
I really suck at this.
Team 2, from where you are, close in with the rest of the squad a little and then watch southwest.
It's a little bit hard to get used to.
Yep.
Godhand, would you like me to stand in the right spot?
Stand by, I'm just gonna explain that.
Moving. We're moving.
Form to my right.
Line right.
Line right.
Watching southwest. Remember, guys?
Okay, guys, there's gonna be a short break in the fire. Make sure you can hear me. Make sure your team members can hear me.
Wait, guys. Move back to your guns. Go ahead and jog out.
what ace report is.
Ace report in 3 words is ammo, casualties, and equipment. And it's defined in colors. So for ammo, green color would be not over half of ammunition left in the fire team. Yellow would be under.
Contact southeast.
Contact southeast.
Team 1, move up.
Ceasefire.
Back here, Varus didn't get my message that I wanted to instruct you guys or something. Don't worry too much about security right now.
Get back within your Godhand.
Continue.
Copy.
Okay. Team leader's calling when you're ready.
Team 2 ready.
Team 1 ready.
Team 3 ready.
So, as Kimo said, an ace report is ammo, casualties, and equipment. And the way you report that is by colors, and colors being red, well, fucking green, yellow, red, and black. And green being if you have more in ammo, if you have more than 70%, in casualties, if you have no wounded, in equipment, if you have all your equipment. And then if you go to in yellow, yellow means that you have less than 70% of your ammo, but more than 30%, where red would mean you have less than 30% of your ammo, and black you have nothing at all. That's for ammo. For casualties, green, you're fine. Yellow, that is someone lightly wounded. Red, someone is heavily wounded and about to die. Black is someone dead. And for equipment, that's a bit more iffy. That's just that's random stuff like your AT4s, your hand grenades, your smoke grenades, other random crap like that. And you usually just report green on that unless you're missing something or you're running low on something. So if you had 2 AT4s, you could report yellow if you fired one, or you could report black if you fired them both. So an ace report could easily just be green. When I ask you guys for ace report, it could just be green, 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 meaning we're all good. But if you have had a lightly wounded, for instance, then it would be green, yellow, green, meaning one guy is lightly wounded. You also report. I assume most of you guys are going to report in yellow, 3 times green, 1 times black, green, meaning you're running low on ammo. You have 1 dead guy, and you have all your equipment, because I haven't seen you use any of it. So what you do is the team leader gets asked for an ace report, and then he calls out ace reports, and then the grenadier says green, green, green. Just say grenadier, green, green, AR, green, 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 rifleman, yellow, green, yellow, for instance. And then he can say, I use my T4s from yellow on equipment. And then team leader adds that up, and then sends that message to the squad lead. I'm green. Overall, I'm green, but I use my T4. That's a simple ace report. So team, let's go ahead and get ace reports from you guys, and then send them in to me.
Team move
Team
south.
Team 1 ace reports.
Hold there north.
Grenadier, green, green, green.
Okay.
Rifleman, green, green.
AR green, yellow green, green.
Grenade.
Yellow green, green.
Oh, yellow, green, green. Team 1 ace report.
So
Pick those
we're pretty much all green except someone's low on ammo.
Do I say
green.
No, I'm-
Green, green, green.
Yeah, I'm all green, green, green.
Just ace report.
Guys, you pick up the ammo.
I think we're all green, green,
Team
green.
1 ace report.
Okay.
Did you put it in?
I put it down on the ground.
Team 1 green, green, green.
Where?
Copy, green, green, green.
At my feet.
Team 2 A4.
Send.
Where'd it go?
Copy.
Yeah, you should put
Team 3 ace report.
directly. Else they
Send.
disappear because armor's in
Green,
Grenade.
green, green.
Oh, okay. Got my mistake then.
Copy. Out.
Okay,
Okay, all
next time
teams
just to
reform
put it in
on,
my rack.
on a squad 2 up, which means the first 2 teams will be be forming pretty much a line on the front, and then we have the last team in the column behind us. Squad formation still wedge, so let's see how that goes. We're heading east. Team 1, you'll be the base of this formation.
Accepted.
Team 1, wedge head facing heavy left, facing east. Wedge heavy left, facing east.
You want to see my backpack, Anders?
Yeah, I only have one.
Good.
Just have the one that I just reloaded.
You're gonna be a right side of team 1 with your wedge, and then form a heavy right wedge.
Okay, team 3. We're going to be behind team 1 and 2.
Far right guy of team 2.
Copy.
There's a wedge.
Roger that.
Everywhere right means AR on left, right? Yeah, I think so. So I'm gonna go left.
So I'm here.
Team 3 form wedge on me.
Yep.
Move up a little forward to the right until you're online, essentially online with the...
Timo, we red and green on contact.
Online with team 1?
So
Yeah.
I go right on the right side now. Okay.
Yeah.
There's something that doesn't exist in army squads, but it's something useful for marine squad.
Okay.
Timo,
Yeah, we need to space out so we don't get fragged.
green on contact.
Sounds good.
Yeah, weapons green on
Is this an outline?
Coleman and some fire.
Ship right, like 5 more meters.
Team 2 boarding ready.
Team 2 ready.
Okay, we're stepping off, heading directly east from here.
Marching
Time out.
southeast.
Team 1 moving east.
Okay, team 3, we're going to follow team 1 and 2 east.
Steps off.
Copy. Moving east.
Let's go 9. When we get contact, then we just take cover on outside.
Contact. Bullets.
Contact.
Contact down.
Contact down.
Contact
Give me a
down.
contact port, guys.
Team 2 high contact right close. Contact is dead.
Solid copy, moving on.
Reform.
Team 3, moving on.
Moving on.
Remember on hold to cover our rear. Guys,
Okay. Hold.
Hold.
Grab a tree, guys. Let's make these puzzles that we
teams 1 and 2, you can go ahead and move out directly east again.
Okay,
Stepping
team 1,
off
we're heading east.
Stepping off east.
Northeast, open base. Space it out here.
Team 3 stepping off east.
Stepping off east.
Team 1, stick north, side east.
Contact right.
Enemy between the trees.
Team 3, we're bounding left.
Team 3 bounding left.
Rifleman, green.
So what? Switching side again.
Team 1, green, yellow, green. One green, one
Team 3, are we still all green, green, green?
I'm still green.
Yep, I'm still green.
I'm probably yellow. I fixed the jam. I can't.
Shift R.
Red smoke. East. Bearing 090. Red smoke.
Doesn't do anything.
Can you repeat for Team 3, please?
Do we need to watch east? I didn't catch that movie.
You have two guys between east, two guys between west, so we have some problems.
Mars, what's the vendor what's the road going?
Say again.
Actually, no, that's the south. Vendor what's east, buddy one, what's west?
Clear your jam, like.
Shift
The
R.
option is, no, the option is like disabled.
So buddy 2 is watching west.
Team 3, ace report. Team 3, green, green, green.
Go.
And the SSE.
Copy, all green.
Kingslayer. 90. You're all dead. I'm within 20 meters of you here.
Which side?
Team 3 just got a surprise.
Right here.
To the west.
You just got absolutely wiped out.
To the west. I'm not seeing it.
Okay. I don't have any ammo anyways.
Contact
Standing up.
northwest.
Contact northwest.
Where the fuck is he? I don't see him.
Right
Oh,
there.
there he is.
How
Yeah.
can I keep hearing contact? No one's killing anyone.
Contact down.
Contact down.
Contact down.
Team leaders, inform me guys, the weapons are green, that means fucking kill someone if you see them in a ball cap. That's not...
Sorry, that was my mistake.
Okay, Team 3, split out a bit.
Okay, we're gonna keep moving east this time. Squad call, fire to the wedge. All of March team.
Team 1 forward.
What direction? Okay, Team 3, we're going to be leading a squad. Oh, okay, Team 3, we're going to be order of march. We're going to be first in a wedge,
Copy.
heading east.
Wedge heading east.
Contact.
Contact left.
Contact. AR, reloading.
Team 3, this way, so team 3.
Copy.
Team on this way.
AR, up.
Copy, team 1 man down.
Copy.
I have no ammo in my gun.
Enemy contacts northeast. What's arrow? Contact is 10 degrees. 150 meters from the tree.
10 degrees.
Contact.
Contact. Contact 10 degrees.
You have no...
Contact 10 degrees. 200 meters.
Okay.
Contact down.
Contact down.
Ceasefire, ceasefire.
Alright, team leader is down.
Beautiful.
Team, remember you need to get the race report from the people first.
Got 2 boxes in my rucksack.
Yeah, when I click on that, it doesn't let me open it either.
Teams, make sure we get some 360 security.
Team leader is down.
Coordinate that among each other.
Right window,
Examine.
90's down,
and then I
copy.
left click on it.
Team 2 AR.
Oh, he's still alive.
Yeah, I don't have any options to treat him.
Team 3, start covering west, north, from
AR, yellow,
to
green,
north, to both to west and northeast and west, northwest. Fuck that shit.
Copy.
And I'll just drop the boxes
And Grenadier, you in charge until the 90's back.
Copy. So I'll take northwest. You get down.
Godhand.
Kingslayer, you take north. Anders, you take northeast.
Usually only when asked for, and when the combat is
Kingslayer.
supposed to be dead.
Can you hear me?
What?
Can you cover the north?
I have no.
Covering the north.
Pick up the box.
There are 2 boxes on the ground, Enda. Back north.
Pressing north.
Copy.
We got a man down.
I have no visual.
No, me neither.
Back. You still have man down and have contact northeast.
Contact northeast. Crap.
Copy that, as I said, stand by.
Excellent team.
Reloading. Anders, you can see him?
No, that's a whole bunch of trees there. I'm gonna go around behind you and see if I can get a better view.
Oh, visual. Okay, Kingslayer is back.
Team 3, roll with the fire. Don't fire unless you're firing.
Are we engaging anything?
There's last contact report was northeast. Try to keep some spacing.
I'm wounded.
Left flank cover the northwest.
Okay, Team 3. We're bouncing forward to Team 1.
Okay, 90 is taken over again. Team 3, did you copy?
Okay, game over.
90, can you repeat?
Team 3, bound to left of Team 1, I believe.
Copy, bounding left to Team 1.
I'm unconscious.
Hang on.
Yeah, we're team 2.
Okay, team 3 getting down here.
Yeah, I'm on the right side.
You want your radio back?
Okay, team leaders coordinate the 360 security.
I
Send ace reports.
I respond to the ace report. Ace report, again, cover first, we're covering...
Okay, Team 3, give me your ace reports.
Raj.
This is Rifleman. I'm green, green, green. AR is
Team 2
red.
AR.
He's heavily
Red,
wounded.
green, green.
So,
I
yeah.
just tried bouncing him. He's
Yellow, green, green.
bleeding.
There's 90, I'm almost out of ammo. Grenadier, only 1 magazine left and only 2 grenades left.
90. Your Rifleman is green, 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 but your Grenadier is red. He's out of it, basically,
Carvado,
unconscious.
do you have any extra AR ammo?
Okay.
I copied yellow on ammo, 1 times
Negative.
2 times yellow.
So you're yellow?
Okay, Roger. I got,
Me, yeah, yellow, red, I'm almost out of ammo. 1 clip and 2 grenades.
Team 2 ace report.
Set.
Yellow, green, green.
We'll have,
Copy yellow, green, green.
we'll have to study on the vocabulary.
AR is
Team 3 Ace report. Team 3, we're green, yellow, and we have an unconscious person. I believe.
Copy, Bergs comes to help you out. Okay, once take care of someone, kind of all capital.
Ender, I think. Where is he?
Green, go ahead and assemble.
Roger.
Team 2. Do we still need to get security up, Godhand?
No.
Okay.
No more security.
Index. You heard that, Tim?
What?
Index.
Yeah. And exercise.
No. This means end exercise. Like
That?
Air Force people saying tango to each other. Thanks.
That's a lot of blood from Canada, though.
What?
You see the blood stains on the hill?
No, I don't.
Okay, maybe that just my game.
My graphics aren't good.
Well, I see
It's
blood
like-
stains all the way down this hill.
That's kind of rad.
I see some of them.
Repeat.
I sent Ronnie and Bergs in the middle.
I will do that.
Okay, Team 3 assemble to our squad leader.
And by the way, team leaders, index, so just
Squad leader is over there.
If this was real, take off your helmets, take off your goggles, get some air, get some water.
But I'm wearing helmets and goggles when I play games.
Take it off and chill.
Dedication.
I know, right? I wear
Like
my
when Death Strike
diploma.
and War's fucking gas mask in one game. First off, if I should be real didactic about this, I would ask you guys how you felt it went, so I'm gonna do that. What did you guys feel you did well?
I felt our action on contact was very good. We quickly got suppression down and were engaging the target within a couple of seconds.
Yeah,
Everybody
I thought our
knew where the target was pretty much immediately.
I thought our reaction to casualties was pretty good. As far as like reorganizing leadership and sort of figuring out what was going on with casualties.
I thought the action on zone contact at the very end could be a little bit improved.
Yeah, but you'd been in continuous contact for a while. You're basically fighting Taliban tactics, and you're bound to be fucked up at that point. So that was actually just a stress test for you guys. Done this a couple times in real life. It's called the Indian attack, and it's essentially just 2 or 3 Talibans attacking you from one direction. Then they break contact, move off somewhere else, and then attack you again, and keep going before you get a chance to reorganize. And they can keep doing that for hours if they have to.
Do you have any epi? This guy needs epi.
Maybe. Yep, I had.
I felt that I was a little like bad at stumbling words sometimes.
Okay, yeah. Next thing is, what do you guys think you did bad?
Sometimes I'd make
clustered
up
together.
commands. Yeah, and a little bit close together.
Yeah, we clustered up there.
Commands and spacing. That's what you fucked up.
It's really
not the
weird
worst
for
thing
my
you can
team
fuck up.
though, is that like I'm the only person in my team that shows up on my HUD.
Yeah, that's annoying to know. But
Yeah.
not much to do about that. Okay.
I had a hard time figuring out where the enemies were. Because everyone was screaming and I didn't understand half of it.
Okay. Well, that's probably more you need to practice your English, and especially your English command talk in Danish command sprog. So you listen up for so one guy, when you hear one guy saying contact, and you just listen for that voice, contact 060 200 meters. Okay, that's what it is. Then try and block everyone else out. It's hard in the beginning, but you can actually get pretty good at it, especially if you know your buddy's voice and you can listen to him.
Yeah, I just need practice.
I used up a lot of ammo in that last engagement, so I could be a bit thriftier with it, a bit more conservative.
Yeah.
So this is what I will say. But you did good. You responded well to contacts, but then when maneuvering, there was a lot of confusion.
Yeah.
It took you a while to. That might be my fault, but it took us a while to move into a new position and understand what I was trying to achieve. But that's probably because we're not used to working together that much. So I had to explain a lot. And that hammered our maneuver efforts quite a bit also because we don't have everyone on check tag hut, so it's harder to maintain situational awareness because you actually have to spot each other out in terrain. What we also did, but we could get the ball rolling. What really sucked, one thing that sucked was your fucking 360 security. The only time there was security to rear was when I had told a team leader specifically, I need you watching that direction. And as Team 3 discovered, they got fucking walked up on by a Varrox walking right into their formation and no one even trying to shoot him.
Oh fuck, that hurt.
So,
He's wearing the same camo as us.
Yeah, but I told you shoot people in ball caps. Then I was even ready to forgive you if you shot me. Just shoot people in ball caps.
It's kind of got me off guard when I seen him because he's just like talking.
Yeah.
And not actually.
I think that was his point. But that was the major suck points. That's what you need to work at all the time when you're team leading. I'll check your shack tag hard and then walk and then look out in terrain. Is your people actually watching, or are they all looking at each other? Because I saw sometimes when I asked for 360 security, people were doing this. Hey Varrox, how are you doing? Yeah, just chilling here. How you doing? Yeah. How much ammo do you have, Varrox? Instead,
not much.
Need to
I've
fucking,
killed lots of these guys.
Need to be sitting
Quick
like this,
AFK,
watching
back.
out. Okay, Varrox, do you have any final comments?
The reactions to contacts were indeed good. I'll agree with them on that. It took them a little while to get the shots actually zeroed on target. I mean, the last few engagements, you're engaging halfway into the field, whereas I was in the tree line more to the west. So it took you a little bit while to find out where my shots were coming from. And again, the 360, I snuck up behind you guys twice, both getting within 20 meters. I mean, that time when I stood up with the silenced weapon and sprayed into your, I'd moved from around about 100 meters away to get to that position, pulling up on you.
Was that the first time? Because that time he told us there weren't going to be any more contacts and told us to reorg.
Oh, no, that was me not getting the message. It was the time after that.
Okay. Because that was the time that you snuck up on our squad and we didn't, or our team, and we just didn't expect contact at all.
Well, you reacted well to that one, seeing as you didn't expect any.
I remember I heard a silenced weapon once, but no one really reacted to it.
Actually, it might have been a different time. Well, either way, I stood up in the middle of y'all once and started shooting.
In any case, that's it for this course. I hope you learned a lot, and if you want to be even better at this, then come tomorrow for Fireteam Leaders course, where we're going to be teaching more skills to lead this. And I know some of you team leaders here has been a bit annoyed that they needed some more practice. So what we're going to do is tomorrow teach some more tools, some more commands, and some more theory about how this should work. And and people usually like getting on this course too. So in final questions, otherwise I'm just gonna go ahead and call this course.
Alright, thanks.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, thanks.
Oh, now they kill me. That wasn't nice. Where's 90? I suppose we're not the
Oh, look, height. Lots of height.
You didn't say rocket, rocket, rocket.
Clear your back blast, bro.
However, this hind is
Taking
about to
fire.
close up.
Taking
This
fire.
hind is about to focus up.
Oh, he's shooting from the bunker. Damn it, I'm out of ammo.
That's southwest.
Alright, thanks for the course, Godhand. Yeah. See you guys later.
You just say, okay, we're trying to break contact. We're going to be rushing further back, getting out of this hangar and continuing to the east. And then saying body 1 covering, body 2 bounding, and then body 2 starts running away out to the side of the enemy. That's defensive tactics. Are there any questions on that?
We're gonna cover peeling.
Yes, we could do that. Peeling is an advanced defensive tactic, and you don't really need to do a peel in a fireteam level because you can just as easily just bound a body team at a time. But we can cover that if the instructors get back here. No, they don't. We only have extra here now. No Varus. In any case, what a peel is? Team 1 form line on me in front of me right now. Okay. One needs to make sure who they actually are because they're missing a guy right now. There's just someone who doesn't know what a line is yet.
No idea. Which way are we facing the line?
Towards me.
Cool.
Imagine I'm an evil enemy that needs dying. Okay. So what a peel is? Peel is if you then know this is a more advanced course basing on the familiarization course.
Oh, I've done familiarization.
Okay, then you in that case you're just late because we're already halfway through.
Okay.
Okay, so where was I? We were talking about attacking. Okay, so that's all in offensive tactics. Is there any questions on the fireteam offensive tactics? We're not the kind of guys to question, eh?
Yeah, one question. When we're moving, especially the automatic rifleman, do we sprint or do we the normal shift run?
I usually sprint, or I use a feature, and that should be default. I don't know if it is anymore. Where if you're lying down and you're pressing the W twice, then you automatically stand up and start running. I use that feature usually. I don't lie down, then stand up, and then run. Because that's just annoying to me. So I usually just lie down and then double tap W. I don't know if it works for you guys. Try it out. It should allow you to just stand up and start running immediately.
Okay.
Okay, as Yaxo says, go into your settings and bind that key because it's fucking useful. Whatever you're doing, basically.
Is there a key to draw faster than just hitting Z?
I don't think so. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, this was the Fireteam rush, and this is your most basic form of movement when in contact or when expecting contact. So one thing is we're moving in a wedge and we might expect contact to the left. Doesn't mean that we're bulletproof, so if we really expect that if we move across this field the enemy will shoot us, then we don't walk across in a wedge, we do this across the field until we get into some sort of cover. And then, okay, the enemy didn't engage us, or they do engage us, and then we at least have 2 men ready to fire and hopefully save the guys that's running, or at least punish the enemy for shooting them. This tactic is our basic offensive tactic, and we use it for bounding towards the enemy and getting so close to him that we can defeat his cover. If anyone played the old Band of Brothers in Arms games, you have seen this happen where you do that thing called find, fix, flank, and fuck, and that's essentially you fixing the enemy and then moving up to him. Is there Axel? Okay. Now to defensive tactics. Defensive tactics is exactly the same, except we found out, okay, we can set up base of fire, we can attack these guys, they'll fucking kill us, we need to get to cover. That's defensive tactics, and that is usually we're engaged, shit, firing at the enemy, bang, bang, bang. Where the fuck is, there's a cover in the hangar. Okay, we're bounding back to cover in the hangar. Body 2 bounding, team 1 covering. Body 2 bound. Body 2 starts running and moving towards the hangar. Then they say set. Okay, body 1 bounding, running up to body 2. Keep doing that until we're inside cover in the hangar. And that's something as your team leader you need to practice being clear in your communication. So, okay, the hangar is no good. We're bounding forward to cover in the by the vehicle compound. Body 2 covering, body 1 bounding. Body 2 covering, body 1 bound. Then we move out. And that's our basic defensive tactic. Additionally, once we moved to cover, we got into the hangar, and we figured, oh shit, we can't really defend ourselves from here because the fucking squad of mechanized infantry coming at us. We're gonna die. We're gonna do what's called a break contact, and that's the same for the team, the squad, until you can get somewhere where you can fire past his cover, so he won't have any benefit of his cover, or you getting so close to him that you can just walk up to him and. That's also a method of defeating your enemy. You can get so close to him that you can do this. And didn't have too much about that because you just respawn right here. There you go. That's how we defeat our enemy using this tactic. As soon as we get close enough to the enemy, then the team leader says, "Body one is taking the target, or body one is bounding into the target." And then what we do is basically this. Okay, we're taking the target. Okay, 1 target down. I'm taking cover. No more targets, and then the team leader can call then your team leader can say, okay, I want you to reconsolidate on target, or I want you to reconsolidate somewhere else. That means assemble ourselves and find out what's next. That's our basic move when we're defeating an enemy. It might be that that I killed Master and then found out, oh shit, he had a buddy, and then I say, one target down, new target, 10 o'clock. So that means, shit, he's down, but there's still enemies on the left side.
Hello? A new guy. I'm just wondering if you're doing some training that I could join in on.
If you're that